Hey guys, Grassman here. Playing a game called Soul of Eden. I think that's the name, right? Soul of Eden. And today I'm going to do like a general overview of what I found is actually quite powerful in this game. Because I've been having a really easy time playing this game. I've noticed my opponents making a lot of the same mistakes. Because you would think it's very much like Clash Royale, right? I assume if you're here you've seen the game already. We will get into playing some matches later. But it's very similar to Clash Royale, but it's crucially not the same. There are two key differences I've noticed that make it very different. First off, the layout is slightly different, although it's really just the same. Deck is on the far left, and the shop is on one to the left. There's 4 different factions you can play, and some of them share cards. There's a good variability of deck creation. My current one that I've been playing mainly with is the aliens. I think in general they seem to be the strongest. They seem to be what most people are playing with. And they do have like a fair bit of like combination of control and strong-ish creatures. There's a fair bit of summoning stuff as well. Aliens do generally seem to be best. Although I certainly wouldn't just shirk any of the other ones. They do still have powerful enough at the least attacks. And the aliens themselves probably have, like... Honestly, this Exhaust, one of the weakest cards I've seen in the game. But, for the general, here's how it goes. You spawn in, you start at fairly high elixir. I'm going to call it elixir. It's not really elixir, that's a Clash Royale thing, but it's similar to Clash Royale. You start with 7 elixir, or high elixir, and then it works its way up to 10, and then you fight, and then whatever happens. Two key differences are... There's only one tower, and the elixir and the arena is smaller, and the elixir generation is slower. And this is what makes the key difference I notice people keep messing up. People will go all in and rush like you would in Clash Royale, and they completely run out of elixir and lose on a defense. The number one thing I've seen that is the thing that I've been winning with is counter pushes. I'm sure that's fine. Laura sent me something. Maybe I should, like, I might turn off notifications for that temporarily. It's fine, Lord. I'm sure it's fine. What's the worst that can happen? So, what the enemies will do, they'll spawn a bunch of stuff and attack you, and then what I do, I just wait for it to lock on, then defend it, and I just counter push, and they're out of elixir. Because it takes so long to generate, and your guys get from your half the field to their half the field so fast, because it's a small arena, it's really advantageous to do counter pushes rather than initial pushes. So I'll show you my deck quickly. If I go... How do I see here? This is my deck. I'm using, like, Swarm-ish. It's a lot more alien-focused, although there is still some big guys. But if I can... Is that the right guy? I think so. There's a couple other guys I would like to test around and play around with and add. Like, this guy seems like he's quite interesting. If I throw in, like, 2 of those... And I remove... Should I remove my spiders? That's an expensive card. I don't want to remove too much small stuff. I'll leave those out for now. I'm going to mess around with some more of the alien things. And the other guys in general. Because it's a very cool, like... It's a lot of new cards, obviously. Compared to what it is in Clash Royale. So... That's my deck. I'll hop in and give you what my strategies have been with the aliens. And, like, how exactly my deck is working. So, the 2 main guys I've noticed are ridiculously strong. One is the... Terminite Queen, so it's not Termite, it's Terminite. She, whenever she kills enemies, spawns more Terminites. Little, like, crawling things. Reroll you. And the other one is these little guys here. So an important note, when you're playing the Painlings, do not spawn them on 10 elixir, spawn them on 9. So this is like an individual note. If you spawn them on 10, they will... I don't know what these are. If you spawn them on 10, you'll actually run into the guy in front and get blocked. And so it won't actually hit the enemy there. And again, you can see, like, I think my base is level 2, his base is level 4, so I've been having good success with it. So, I'm mainly playing more so defensively. I am, like, doing some sort of attacking, but I want to play more defensively and wait for him to play stuff and then counterplay. I'm not focusing on... me doing all the attacking, I'm focusing on how can I counterplay against what he does against me. Because if you watch on the bottom, because the elixir takes so long to come in, as long as I constantly have some elixir to play a defense, I can just wait for him to attack, and either use my base to get the advantage, from it doing its small amount of damage. It doesn't do a lot of damage is the other thing. As opposed to Clash Royale, it does very little damage. So I can wait for my base to do a little bit of damage to help, and the main thing is my base is going to tank. The base has 4,000 health, it's quite a bit, I can just wait for my base to tank the damage, and then my guys kill their guys, and then they rush, and then you can't defend it. Because my guys are all full health, and your guys just aren't. Leeches are also kind of good for that same reason of, like, a leech against a normal guy can usually gain some health, and will come out of the fight ahead. And when you combine that with... I don't know where this money is coming from. I've got achievements and stuff coming in somewhere. There's a good amount of money that comes in from this game, too. There is just an unlimited crown thing, so whenever you win 3 times, you can just claim more money, so it's really easy to upgrade cards as well. It is a really good alternative to Clash Royale, because it's much easier to upgrade your cards, which is always the main complaint with that game. So, single-handedly, if you're just coming here for a quick tip, play defensively. It's the best thing I can say. If your opponents rush you, stay solid, play defense, you'll be able to rush back, and even with low damage cards, you'll be able to win. I only want 1 claw, and because I have a Xeno Claw, I will keep my Medbots on. The Metabots are also, the guy on the left there, they're healers. Ridiculously strong. Powerful healers, which something Clash Royale specifically didn't implement because it's such a powerful card. And like even now just the battle healer, right? How strong is it? That's the other thing, you can drag these around. Very cool system. Just gonna play defensively here. Once he plays a lot of the small guys, it's soul power is the technical term. I'll try and play a Termite Queen so I can get some small guys spawning in. So again, you can see, like, am I being overwhelmed here? Well, kind of, yes. But as long as I can stall, I'm ultimately going to come out ahead here. Because now I have a bunch of guys, especially spawning in from Termite Queen. I can play some Metabots to heal him. And now I've got to push, and he's very low on elixir. He's probably got 2 or 3, so he's about to play something here. But again, now I'm dealing damage to him, and I'm spawning more creatures with my guys. I'm still getting the elixir at the same time. So, even though it looks like he had a powerful push, it actually didn't do a whole lot in the long term. And now maybe it is time that I just wait. Just play solidly here. Just deal some damage. Play Medibots because I want him to die. He is a powerful guy, he's a strong range unit, so I want to keep him alive. But just play defensive, let your enemies push, and let them screw up. Because they will absolutely run out of mana, and then you just can't do anything. If you have a push like this, don't follow it through, because unless I'm going to beat him immediately, it's not worth trying to follow the push. I know he's going to have some sort of defense, and I know I'm going to need to wait for a different push. So I'm just going to play carefully. I will take out his range guy, because that's obviously worth it. And I will just wait for him to mess up somewhere. Now we do have double power. So the double soul power is almost closer to normal. I would describe it as closer to normal Clash Royale type. So now I can start playing a bit more aggressively if I want. I am still going to be generally more careful though. I'm watching for him to commit to things. I'm going to poison his guys and then explode them. The Queen is very powerful. The debuff she places is a 3-second lasting debuff. So if they die within 3 seconds, they will all get converted within that time. I am waiting for like a Sisters or a Xeno Claw here. Play a bunch of... Oh, no. Sorry, I meant to be Painlings. When they crowd up a bunch of stuff, Painlings are really powerful. Painlings are absolutely one of the more powerful guys in total. Or, overall. Also, be aware of active abilities and your abilities in the bottom left. These are things I often forget about. Not worry about that. So watch something like this. You just freeze them, buy myself some time, and now he'll mostly take care of those. So don't forget your abilities and things too. Certain guys have active abilities as well. These are things that are easy to forget. I'll just play this because I want that AoE guy to survive. A lot of these things are just easy to forget because there's already a fair bit going on. And trying to get the hang of the game in the first place will make you forget those extra things. But you do have active powers. You do have... These are things that people coming from Clash Royale might be more familiar with, but I'm at least not familiar with. So do remember, you do have active powers. You do have... Certain guys have active abilities that you will need to actually click on the guy to activate. And it will have a weird lag delay with it as well. The game is a little bit laggy from what I've found. That might be a me thing. So do be aware there's small delays with certain things. The Burn Sisters, or whatever they're called... That 4-legged strong alien have an active ability. You can tap on it, it stuns everything around them. There are some guys with active abilities. Read the card, watch for that if they have like a charging circle around them. Watch for passive abilities too. There's a lot of passive abilities in this game. Like, a lot of Clash Royale is just, it does damage, right? Here there's a lot of guys where it, like, spawns more guys if you kill them sometime. Let me actually, like, look at my... No. Let me look at my deck here and I'll actually show you some of the guys with these abilities. Looking here, obviously there's Exploders. So if you look at... I can't touch it or move it from the deck. But at the very bottom right, that's the Terminite Queen. She poisons people, and if they die within 3 seconds of being hit by her, she spawns mini Terminites, so it's really good for Swarm. One above that decreases the attack, I think, rate and movement speed, I think, when they hit him. So it's a ranged guy that decreases the attack rate. 5 from the top is an AoE damage, right? And you can also combine things from multiple fields. I can have those spiders, because they're a nice cheap Swarm card. And I can have one below it is the Medibots, because even though they're from the other faction, there are multi-faction guys. So be very careful with your deck building. There's nothing that's really bad. I have not noticed cards that, like, suck under all circumstances. Most of the cards are usable. You just have to find a working deck and be good at playing. At least at my level, I'm finding that really, I've played 50 games, 40, 50 games, and I've lost 3 of them. At most. I drew 1, and I lost, like, 3. There is eventually a draw if it takes too long to play, and you do have limited cards. Should have rerolled one of the AoEs there. If you run through your whole deck, you lose. Or maybe it's if you run it through twice. There is a point at which you stop drawing cards. Just gonna stall here. Use Leechers to prevent... Oh yeah, so Burn Sisters also have an AoE. So you just gotta remember that and be careful. And I will just wait. Play nice and defensively. And I wish I had a tank to send forward. I want to send some Painlings forward to deal some damage, but you can see, like, he just does not have the Elixir to actually defend this here. Ah, very unfortunate I missed there. If that had lasted, that would have been really good. This is actually going to be quite dangerous now. I'm going to use Painlings here, but now I'm down, so again, I'm just going to wait and play very defensively. But yeah, you can see, like, his guy is spawning at level 4, mine's spawning at level 2. So because of the strategies that I've been using, I don't know what these guys are actually going to do. Well, they are slowing on hit as well. So because I've just been playing defensively and been, like, going for counter pushes, I've been able to very easily push up further than I should be given the level of my cards. I want to spawn a Xenoclaw just to, like, prevent this guy from coming on my AoE guy. I do know that he's got a lot more health, though. So I'm just going to wait. Painlings. Did a pretty good job nuking. I am struggling here, though. I might actually lose this one. Yeah, I'm not winning this. Oh, no. He did have a very powerful spike nose thing there. This is, I think, the 4th loss I've had, then. I don't actually have that guy, I don't think. He's one of the ones that I don't know what he does or how to counter him. I should probably just look at what he does, but... So, in general, play defensively. I haven't noticed, like, the dragging thing. The dragging thing is really cool, but you can do it. I haven't noticed all that many uses for it. And you can see I'm getting all alien enemies. Aliens seem to be the preferred class of people. The other thing is, depending on what you start with, it might change how you want to do your strategy. You want to keep Medibots if you have something you know is tanky, right? I know here that I'm starting with this guy. The one good thing for dragging, you can use it to stall... Okay, I missed, but... I missed anyway. You can use it to stall AoE guys. I know that if I'm starting with something like the Queen, I want to be more careful and defensive. He's got a Queen over there now, too. I gotta play something for AoE for that. But I know if I'm starting with a Queen, I probably want to be playing it more slowly and defensively. And waiting for him to play something that I can abuse. So what you get to start can change how you want to play. Do you want to rush immediately, which is very dangerous and not something you should do? You should generally play more defensive. Or do you want to wait absolutely, let him commit first? And then decide what you're doing. The other thing is, there's a lot of guys. So you know in Clash, there's very few guys that can actually hit the enemy tower from outside their range. This game is absolutely full of them. There are loads of guys in this game that can hit the enemy tower from outside of the range. Most ranged guys, I'd say, can actually do it. Like, the default soldiers in the, like, Empire or whatever it is can't. But these guys, look, easily just hit it from outside of the range, there's nothing you can do. There's no time delay between, like, when an arrow could connect, as it would in a Clash Royale tower, with a weak guy, to stop them. If the guy is alive, he will hit the tower if he's ranged. And the tower damage in general very low too, even when he is levels up, it's very low tower damage. Especially if you're healing or spawning enemies or slowing down the opponent tower. There's a lot of buffing and debuffing, spawning. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong easily. I'm going to reroll 2 of these guys. You want diverse hand as well. There's no reason to have like, oh, I have a bunch of Painkeepers. It's just not going to work. Because things are played so slowly, you need to be much more strategic. So be very careful, slow, cautious in your playing. So this is the problem, right? Okay, he actually played that smart with his own Painlings, but I'm just going to nuke this, and now he's got probably no elixir to my 6. So I'm just going to, again, kind of be more defensive. I'm going to wait a bit on this. I'm probably just going to Xenoclaw Medibot. And I'll see if I can get something range. Yeah, so now I have a queen. So he'll play something in defense, and I'm going to throw my queen. And I'm going to probably here, because he's going to play something right there. And now my queen's going to spawn more stuff. So I played defensive, I let him try and rush, it just doesn't work, and now I've got an almost unstoppable push. The Medibots are dead, so the Xenoclaw is going to die here. He played that at the perfect time as well for the queen. If he had played, that was a risky play, because if he had played a moment later, or sorry, a moment sooner, the queen would have started converting them, and would have started spawning more guys out of their corpses. You could actually have a very interesting battle if you had multiple queens spawning Terminites off each other. I could very easily see a situation where a bunch of queens are just spawning more and more stuff. It could be very funny for, like, getting stuck. But you can see here, right? He's stuck to not defend this push. Because he's just got no elixir. I'm considering sisters here. I think if I go in, he might be AFK now. Okay, and he's just rushing. So I'm just going to spawn a bunch of Termites and just stall while I'm dealing damage. Just do that to stop him. And again, his rush, that cost him 5 elixir. He did some damage, but he's got nothing on my guys. Spawn an AoE in case he, like, tries to just... Not gonna matter, even. And you just wait for him to do something stupid and push, and then you go back and rush. Is there a timer on the top right? Is that what the timer is? If that's there, I've not noticed it until now. Has there always been a timer on the top right? I think there has. So for each individual guy, there's a bit of strategy for what you want to do, when you want to use it. There are times, absolutely, I had in his deck before that robot guy who pushes straight to the tower. There's very few guys that target the tower. That robot guy you just saw is one of them. Most guys don't. Reroll you. Get me the queen. Xenoclaw's fine. Good note for Xenoclaw as well. He's not really a pusher. This guy, you'd think he's a pushing guy. He's not. Again, defensive is the whole key. There is absolutely a use for that robot guy. Just slowly. How did he miss that so bad? There is a use for the robot guy, absolutely, but you need to be careful with how you use him. Okay, so he's played 2 of these guys, right? And watch what's going to happen. Xenoclaw goes in. Medibots. His guys are both dead. My guy's going to heal. And there's the scared, because now he's got no mana, he's got no ability to recharge his mana, and my push has fully gone in. So, should you push? Actually, yes, sometimes. I'm not saying don't push, but push once the opponent's exhausted. Because he's quite simply got nothing here. Even if he defends this push, I've got the queen coming up. He doesn't defend it. My queen is going to start getting rid of his smaller guys. The smaller guys are more likely, especially against aliens, to be swarms, right? So if you can get, like, a queen in right after having a push, even if you don't beat him, your queen can start converting all those small guys. Bigger guys are more likely to be tanky. So do consider all of these things. Do consider that there is a good amount of AoE. There's also a lot of single target. There's a lot of debuffing. There's a lot of things that make it different than Clash Royale. It's very much not the same. You cannot be aggressive. You can be aggressive in response to a counter push. If you can get a good counter push going, you will almost certainly win. That's good. I'll probably remove those robots from my deck. I don't honestly like them too much. This is a really good starting hand. I'd like to get some Painkeepers. Not Painkeepers. But I'm just going to wait. Just going to play defensively. He's clearly not going to be able to actually beat me here. Play some Medibots to keep my guys alive. And here comes the counter push, right? I got my range, who's just been helping the whole time. I got my natural spawn, which again, there's natural spawning stuff in this game, so do be aware of that, because it does just make small differences. I got my natural spawn and my actual pushing guys. I'm going to watch for if there's a reason to play my queen. I'm not going to play my queen haphazardly, because if there's no point, I shouldn't. So here, I will play the Terminite Queen. You can see there's some actual guys there. As she kills guys, she will create more guys as a distraction to spawn more guys. Also, a really important note, those guys are not as tanky as they look. The natural spawning guys do pitiful damage and have pitiful health. The reason they look so tanky is because you think they have a fair bit of health because they're lasting so long, they're just pitiful. Which means, like, a Terminite Queen can pretty much one-shot them, even at 2 levels up. Right? You can see, again, he's level 4, I'm level 2 here. Okay, defensively, I'll just spawn 2 Sentinels. They just do pitiful damage, so you don't be worried that they're like, oh my god, they're overly tanky. They're not. They are really weak. Another Venom Knight here. And yeah, I think is it 4 minutes, I guess, per round? I've only ever once drawn. To draw, you pretty much need to go for like 5 or 6 minutes straight of nothing happening. And it's done. Yeah, so again, defensively. The number one thing I can say, play defensively, work off counter pushes. I have almost universally won off counter pushes. I've done almost all of my damage off counter pushes. Pushing alone, I tried that at the beginning, doesn't seem to work as well. Because obviously he'll defend, then he's counter pushing you. Wait, let him come to you, defend, don't die. That's obviously the number one goal, don't die. And then just push back. Because then you'll have stuff walking at him, and he just doesn't have the mana to defend. You can keep throwing things at him, of course, he's got the advantage, because he can play range things while you're stuck on his base, and his base is dealing damage to you. So remember, he can counter-push you as well. Don't keep throwing stuff at it. Let the counter-push happen, you'll deal 2,000 damage, and then just wait for him to come again. If you have an ability like a Terminite Queen to take advantage of it, by using his weaker guys to start another push again, remember, as long as it's back on your side and you're making use of his guys, you're preparing another push, but you're also playing defensively against his guys. Don't keep throwing stuff into the push. Wait, let him come to you, defend it again, and then push again. And then just keep doing that until you win. And at some point, it is okay to play a guy that will go straight for the base. They're not as useful, but they can really help if you're a little behind, or if you're starting to lose, and he's close. Once he's close at all, you can pretty much send him in, but the robot is not as good. You want to get lots of guys and be counter-pushing. That is the number one way to win. The elixir is slow, the arena is small. Play defensively and push when you get the opportunity only. That is my advice for this game. In general... Okay, that's the game, there you go. I have... Now talking like YouTube stuff, right, quickly. I gotta go right away. You might have noticed I'm uploading less videos. I have planned to do more streams and be slowing down the videos themselves I'm uploading. I won't upload as many, but I do still want to do occasional things like... I want to do more like here's how to play this game, because I still find that very interesting when I have, like, stuff to, like, share about. Here's some really cool thing I found about this game. I probably will make more videos in this game specifically, possibly of me just playing in general, and possibly of, like, trying to use the other ones. I don't have them upgraded as far, but I think I can still find ways to use them. Aliens have been overwhelmingly the strongest guy, but I think I can still make use of the other ones. I'm already thinking of some good strategies, and I think playing defensively with them will still work in the same way. But I know it works for the aliens, they're the main ones I've been playing right now. Very little of anything else. But I do still want to play some, like, guides to them at some point. Maybe a more in-depth guide into what the aliens do and what combinations are good if I find stuff like that. But I wanted to make this into this game for general, because I noticed a lot of my opponents are all struggling, where they're all doing the same thing of, like, they're coherent. It's clearly not AI. They're thinking. They're just not understanding. They're treating it like it's Clash Royale, and like you should be doing moderate pushes the entire time, which is just not how it works. It's always about the counter push in this game. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Keep an eye out for any further ones. Hop in on the streams. I need more people to talk to, right? So hop in on the streams and come say something. Watch me just play like Stardew Valley and Raiden World is what we're playing right now. Having lots of fun. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, if you like my content, please like and subscribe. Let me know if there's any other games similar like this you'd like me to look into and see about making shorter like guides to, or what cards you'd like me to look into. Anything in this game specifically you'd like to see me. I haven't done Playground at all. If there's anything interesting there, maybe I'll do like, here's how to play this mode or something. I think Playground is supposed to be like that, where it's like different modes. So I'm gonna look into this as well. But let me know what you want to see. For like, in this game or like similar games. But I think we're gonna slow down a little bit on the mobile stuff for now. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.